Oh, good evening and welcome to the preview of the Shah 10 meeting for June 23rd, Sunday meeting. It's a very ordinary meeting, this one. The first two races out of action with unraced. There's a race, the main race of the day's got 6 runners, which is disgraceful for us here. On top of that, there's jackpots in the TT or the 6-up, so there's no value at all there, and we won't be playing either. There's a very small jackpot in the first DT, races 3 and 4. We will be having a go at that. At this stage, that may be the only play. There's some jackpots coming up next week with a bit more value than what they're dishing up to us at the moment. There are a couple of horses that I'm reasonably keen on tomorrow, but I need to reevaluate a couple of things, and if I'm happy with them, there may be a parlay in play. We start at race 3. It's a pretty ordinary race. There's not a lot of speed here. I think Asmodai is probably going to get across even from barrier 10. It's only Yet and Solar Boy. They should come across together, and they appear to be the only two front runners, although Linked Win has been known to go forward, but from 14, I'm assuming they're going to go back this time. I think if Asmodai gets to the front and can ease up, it could be a value play in this at around double figures, 10 or 12 to 1, which is probably its right price. With 55.5 kilos, it's reasonably consistent. As I say, if it gets to the front and they leave it alone, the biggest problem with this, of course, it's a weak-gutted thing. It's a 1,000-metre type horse. 12 for nothing at the distance never is going to give you a lot of confidence. And it's 10 for nothing at the track, runs most of its good races at the Valley, but it has run a couple of decent races here on the turf, so not impossible at a price. We go to race 4. This is the first leg of the jackpot. Now, the biggest problem here is the lack of tempo. Metravelli has led in the past, can go forward. If he goes forward from barrier 2 and decides to take up the running, Chadwick's pretty decent judge of pace when he's in front. It might give him nothing to catch, but it is a little bit on the weak side, so you wouldn't want to be banking it, but it's got a chance. Gold Tartini was given every chance last start. The race solid enough. It's probably ready to win now. Must be included. Icefire was a little bit unlucky last start. Got blocked at a critical stage. Switched back along the rails and come flying home. From barrier 14 and Moss 8. No idea where this is going to finish up, but I wouldn't think it'll be any closer than 4 wide. That's the danger of it. Smart Fortune, Lucky Army, they've been running around in this type of races all season. They've got hope. It's a race I don't really like. It is naturally a difficult race, being class 5. When you go through them, there's only a couple of horses that run placings in their last 4 runs, so doesn't give you much hope to make too many. In the end, I went for number 8, Gold Tartini on top, from number 6, Horseshoe Fortune, 4, Alps Glory, 9, Icefire, chances to 12, Smart Fortune, 10, Lucky Army, 13, Metravelli, and number 11, Park. This last run was okay. It might sneak into a place. Race 5, second leg of the DT. Joy Together, probably going to start favourite. It's got a good chance in a race like this. Should settle up on the speed. Winning Advantage is the interesting one. It's only had 2 starts. Found plenty of trouble last time and then it battled. I think they rode it far too close. That was the problem. Trackwork's been good. Give it a good chance to improve. Sichuan Exact. White's on it again. He murdered it last time, gave it no hope. He tried to restrain it and it pulled itself into the ground and scoped it and found a little bit of mucus and stuff in its throat, so in its nose. Its track work's been good, so expect it to improve. Racing Reward, I expect one to improve now, dropping down to Class 4. From the inside gate, 60 kilos won't bother it against these cockroaches. It's got a terrific chance in a race like this. Pretty difficult race, there's quite a few chances. In the end, I've gone 8 on Joy Together, 10 Winning Advantage, 1 Racing Reward, 2 Sichuan Exec, 7 Quantum Power, 9 Peri Peri Saffron, and I'll throw in the 14 Hit a Home Run. We go to race 6, Class 4 race. Not much of a race here, not a lot of depth in this. I think the winner comes from 1 Pleasure Gains, 7 Kaya, and 9 Life of Beauty. Now, anybody that saw Life of Beauty's run last start be scratching their head trying to work out what he was doing. Howard Cheng rode it, 9-4 favourite, dragged it back. It was tailed off, couldn't keep up, and come charging home and run 4th. And it was a very, very strange ride, very, very strange run. Trackwork's been terrific. Anglin goes on it, so that's a big plus. I expect this to be hard to beat. Pleasure Gains, this probably should have already won a race by now. It's been stiff twice. It's going to be hard to beat. KO with Douglas White on it, it's going to be well in the market. The other chances are probably in the money, in the placing type thing would be Plain Red Banner, number 10, number 11, Princess Sunshine, and number 12, Mobile King. But in the end, 9 on top, Life of Beauty from 1 Pleasure Gains, 7 Kaya, chances to 10, 11, 12. The, where are we, race 7, Class 3 race, down the straight. Obviously the outside draws are a massive advantage. Yak Ding Win, it was impressive. It's drawn the right side of the track, dropping 4 kilos for a slight jump in grade. It's going to be hard to beat. Dame Patrol, it's going to lead. It's gone up 5 or 6 kilos. That's the problem. But it'll give them something to catch. Now Grimmy, this is a hard one to catch this thing. Didn't go around the corner, back down the straight. It's trialled really well. They found a small problem with it last time. That seems to be rectified. It's going to be in the finish. And Roman Legend is the knockout horse. Now, there was big money for this last start on the back of absolutely nothing. Its track work was rubbish. Its previous run was disgraceful. And it was 30s into 5s and beaten 14 lengths. So either they've jumped the gun, 1 run too early. I've had a good look at its track work. Nothing there to suggest anything or any improvement here, but up here, where there's smoke, there's fire, and generally if they've pinged at 1 and it's missed, they'll usually follow up with it. Now, it's drawn the right side of the track. It's actually got the plum draw out at 12. I'd be including this in anything we might consider. Of the rest, Psychologist, well, it's just a weak gutted thing, but with 49.5, it may be able to get into the finish. I think in the end, I finished up going 11, Yak Ding Win, from 5, Dane Patrol, 7, Grimmy, 12, Roman Legend, small chances to 14, 8. Race 8's only got 6 runners, so we're not interested there. Race 9, Glorious Sunday, it's ready to win. Douglas White's gone onto it. That's going to make sure it starts probably 6-4, 2-1. It's going to be hard to beat. B-Choice, Preble on it. It was a good run. Ride was not flash last time. I expect him to ride here. My Name is Bond. Now, this was a terrific run first up. This is not its track. I would much rather see it at Happy Valley, although it has placed here. It'll be storming home. Of the rest, Dynamic Voyage. Now, this has been trapped off the track its last couple of runs. So it hasn't drawn that well again. I suppose we just have to take our chances with it. Hinian Paladin, it's probably had enough, so I'm not really interested in. The two imported ones having their first runs, What You Dream and Laugh Out Loud, neither have done anything super flash at the trials, and their track work's, average at best. But the others have all had a million chances this season. These are the two fresh ones. We saw what happened last weekend with a fresh one that hadn't had a run for 2 years with no trial. Just had 6 trials and run nowhere, and was very ordinary in the trials. Blew them away. Wouldn't shock me to see it happening here. But in the end, 5 Glorious Sunday on top, 7 Be Choice, 11 Dynamic Voyage, 1 My Name Is Bond, chances 4 and 9. Race 10, another race with very little debt. Dr. Good Habit completely smashed them last time. Won't worry about the 7 kilo hike in the weights here, not against this lot. Barrier 13, yeah, that's not going to be any help. I would suspect he's going to go forward like he did last time and take up the running not long after they settle. He beat Chancellor last time, beat by 3 or 4 lengths. Now, on the weights, Chancellor meets at 7 kilos better. They've both drawn bad. They're both going to go forward. I think I can see the same scenario. Chancellor leading, surrender the lead to Dr. Good Habit, and them coming around the corner running 1-2. Buddy Buddies, it was a big win first up. Now it's first up again. Its track work's been solid. Approves very consistent with 52 kilos. It could be the fly in the ointment for Chancellor and Dr. Good Habit going forward and putting a bit of pressure in. Goldland Dancer, its last few runs have been very ordinary. It's a much better horse than that. I could see it improving here. But number 2, Dr. Good Habit on top, 1 Chancellor, 13 Goldland Dancer at a bit of value, from 11 Approved, 3 Big Buddies, chances to 6 Peppermint, and 14 Winning Mascot. And the last race, again, not a lot of depth here. Got it down to 5 winning chances, maybe 6 winning chances. Super Lifeline, it's been impressive. 3 starts for 2 wins and a placing. Supreme Genki, it's just been consistent all season. The rising bit of a problem, but 10. Both these two have drawn out wide. That could be the biggest cause. Mr. Ginger's the interesting one. If they could ever decide how to ride this thing, one start they go forward, next start they go back. Personally, I'd rather see it go back. I think it pings strong late. If they ride it cold, it can be in the finish. Mac Rowe worked the place down a few days ago, repeats that with a new trainer, could be in the finish here. And Hong Kong Dancer's been running around fairly consistent. It's got its foot on the till with 50 kilos, got a chance. And Mighty K was a nice trial. So they appear the best chances, but I've got Super Lifeline, number 9 Super Lifeline on top, from 11 Supreme Genki, 1 Mac Rowe, 2 Mr. Ginger, chances to 13 Hong Kong Dancer, and 7 Mighty K. It's not much of a program. As I said, we're probably going to be very light for action. The DT, well, we will play because of the jackpot. There are 2 or 3 that might be a little bit of each way price that we may be able to play an all up and parlay something into a big result. Other than that, if I'm not happy with the final assessments, probably DT only, and we wait for the jackpots next week. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck if you play on the weekend.